Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here for our fall choir concert. My name is Dianna Campbell, and I'm the Director of Choral Activities at Seminole State College and the proud conductor of the three ensembles that you're going to have the pleasure of hearing tonight. First up is Seminole Sound. This is our audition-only vocal jazz group, sharing with you a set that we also did at our jazz night last week, if any of you made it to Seminole State's jazz night with Dr. Smizek's groups. So we're going to start off with a question that I asked my theory class today for roll. And the question was, true or false, the best things in life are free? I'd be curious what your answer was. Best things in life are free? Yes, no? But the world goes round. We're going to change to our next tune, but the world goes round.
Sometimes you lose every nickel you
our next piece, From the Start, will actually showcase every singer on the stage except Joseph. So you'll get a little line from all of our soloists on From the Start. What a great opportunity to spotlight amazing voices. We're welcoming to the stage for our final number, Moses Payton. Moses is one of our instrumental majors, a trumpet major, and so he's gonna join us for this last piece. You also got to hear him at Jazz Night last week, was one of our scholarship winners.
The
Thank you, and yeah, special thanks to our accompanist, Harrison Light. Nothing like hearing some jazz out of those fingers. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you, Seminole Sound. We're going to take a moment and adjust and bring up Concert Chorale. So again, Seminole Sound is our vocal jazz group. They kind of serve as our musical ambassadors, the smaller group that sings for graduation and events like that. And then we have what I call the meat and potatoes choir, that standard concert chorale, probably the most relatable to the high school choral experience. And so we're going to give our concert chorale a moment to come on up, and we'll share our set. While they're coming up here, I would like to say a thanks to Markham Woods Presbyterian for offering an opportunity to rent the facility to be here tonight. I thank Dr. Cuomo for being here. Dr. Summers is here. It's great to know that even though we're not on our own campus, Dr. Smizek is here, that you're following us and finding us and coming to the concerts. And we really appreciate all of your support, seeing you out here. It means a lot to us and especially to my students. Thank you. Our first piece is The Dawn, and we want to, in this piece, of course there's literalness to it, the dawn. This is the night is always darkest, before the sun, before the dawn. And there's a literalness to that scientifically, but we like to think about this as the idea of the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm curious if, as we go through this piece, and we're letting that light, so what time is it? I don't know, 4 o'clock, it's about to be time change, don't forget that this weekend. And the light signs are coming up, right? And I'd like to know if musically you can tell when the sun has arisen. Did you hear Harrison's sunburst? Beautiful, beautiful. So our next piece, River in Judea, is a gospel piece. You know, it was day one. And often what Dr. Smizek and I get on day one is we're not sure what we're going to get on day one. We know a certain amount that's going to come, but we spend a lot of our first week recruiting and finding new students. And so I pick a piece that says, hey, what's just something that might be a little bit simpler that we can get started with? And this piece really stuck. There's just something about the spiritual that sings itself. So this is River in Judea. will be a child of peace. I was judging a choir festival a year or two ago. Now, Elaine Hagenberg, the composer of this song, is one of the most popular composers right now. She is a hot ticket item. Her music is just beautiful. And I heard this, and I took the words and the melody. There's a little bit of mixed meter in there, so for my music majors, we're dealing with some 2/4, 3/4, 5/4 kind of fun things to learn through. And just a gorgeous piece of music with profound text. I will be a child of peace. You might remember that a few hurricanes have come through this semester. And so I want to just say my students how proud I am of them to be even able to put on a concert. We are 7 weeks in, but take away those 2 weeks without school and we're 5 weeks in. And then we talked about that first week being all about recruiting, right? And so just the journey that these students have taken to be here today and to present at this level. Can we give one more round of applause for all of their work? Love Then and Still, I'll let it speak for itself. It is a very poignant story. It's a reminder that life isn't always happy, happy, joy, joy, but this is life. Love Then and Still.
to do.
Such a beautiful piece of music. And I love, again, Harrison Light on the piano, how poignant the last chord is. It really is part of the story. That last chord leaves you hanging. And that's kind of what your family would feel like. All right, well, Concert Chorale, let's take it home. This is a well-known piece soon in the choral world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world. And this is a little bit of a modern take. Soon we will be done with the troubles of the world. And hang on, I wrote it down because I'm going to forget. There are 3 folks at the end that you will hear. It's Tyler Niblick, Aubrey Hamilton, DJ Burkett, and Gabrielle Smith. Thank you very much, Concert Chorale, great job. All right, give us a moment and we're gonna switch out again. We've gone from small, medium to large. Next coming up is our community choir. Concert Chorale, if you'll, and community choir is gonna make their way up for our Brahms. Give us just a moment. Community choir is coming on up, I'd like to share with you a little bit of information about this particular work. So you're about to hear the Brahms, Johannes Brahms Liebeslieder waltzes, or I should say selections from. In selecting this piece, so with community choir, their focus is usually on larger works, the works of the masters, if you will, Keeping Alive, for example, our Messiah Sing-Along that we'll do in a few weeks, and hope to see you at that one. So community choir, we generally work with larger instrumentation. Budgets are always an issue, and it was an issue again the beginning of this semester, but we realized we have not just one fabulous accompanist, but I have two fabulous accompanists. So Harrison Light and Miss Eva McQuinsky, who is also an accompanist at Seminole State, and I brought both of them on. There's a very rare work that's actually scored for four-handed piano. Not two different pianos for two different people, one piano, four hands. And so it brings that flair, if you will, that often that's what the orchestra does. It adds more tone color by adding that four-handed piano. When I chose this work, I kind of took it for granted. I'm like, great, I have two fabulous pianists, let's do this, my choir's gonna be ready. And then to start to talk to what my accompanists went through. I want you to think about this, four hands. Anybody in here play piano? Okay, there we go, we got several, right? Four hands, sometimes one hand is on middle C, then two beats later, the other hand needs middle C. So one hand has to get out of the way while the other hand's getting in the way. And one hand is, they need a note that's lower than the other person. So they have to figure out, am I crossing my hand under, am I crossing my hand over? Then there's pedaling. What if you need to pedal, but your foot's not the foot by the pedal? Now one person is pedaling for the other person. All of these things that I didn't think about because I just take my fabulous accompanist for granted. But I think you're in for a real treat to get to hear this. Now again, hearing a choral work, a master work for four-handed piano is very rare. There are not many of them out there. This is actually scored for four-handed piano. A couple of other works actually, César Franck has Les Béatitudes that was written for four-handed piano. Eric Whitacre's Lux Remquace, Eric Whitacre, a more popular composer today, there's a few movements in that are scored for four-handed piano. But generally, if you hear four-handed piano, it's an orchestral reduction. I want you to think about that. So many of these works are accompanied by orchestra, but we don't have the room or the finances or whatever for the orchestra. And so an arranger figures out how to take all those 30 parts from the orchestra and creatively put them into 10 fingers and make a keyboard reduction of the orchestration. And so you'll get that a lot. Most of the times when you're hearing four-handed piano, it's some form of orchestra reduction. So not in our case here. Now, Johannes Brahms is a romantic composer, very classical in nature, loves to use folk melodies. The Romantic era was an era of nationalism, of great national pride. What Johannes Brahms is probably best known for is the German Requiem, or the Eine Deutsche Requiem. The Requiem is a Latin Mass, and if we know anything about the Mass, we know that it's in Latin. Well, Brahms said, hold on, I'm a German, and I'm a proud German, and I speak German, and I'm going to write a Mass in German. And it was the first time, so it was kind of groundbreaking back then to say, I'm going to write a Requiem Mass in my own language, just an example of nationalism. He was a prolific composer in his time. He wrote every kind of music except opera, big orchestral works, uses folk melodies, but the harmonies and the chromaticism that you're allowed from the Romantic era. In this particular case, now we're in the waltzes. Johannes Brahms was great friends with Johann Strauss. Strauss is often considered the king of the waltz, the waltz king. For those of us that went to Vienna last year, we took a choir trip to Vienna, and we actually took a waltzing class. So we were in Vienna, might as well do some Viennese waltz. So it was another reason why I thought, oh, this might be a cool thing to do some waltzes and bring back those memories. Then I'm like, oh, I'm a musician. What do we know about waltzes? Everything's gonna be in 3. Are we gonna get bored with just 1, 2, 3 all the time? No, because sometimes it's a slow 3, and sometimes it's a fast 3, and sometimes it's a overlapping 3, and sometimes we're in 3, but the piano's in duple. And so although it is all in 3, thus the waltz, you're gonna feel so much contrast within the pieces. There's a movement in here that's specifically for soprano and alto, so we'll spotlight our essay section. And then there's one movement that's specifically for TB, so we'll spotlight our tenors and basses as well. This piece of course, is written in German. We're American, and there was that hurricane and all those things. And so we're going to give you a few of our movements in English. I think you'll get some German and get that authenticity, and then we're going to move into English for some of our movements as well. The program has the translations for the ones that are in German. I thank what I call my interpreter, Pat Tykowski. Wave, Pat. There you go. We're all very grateful for Pat sharing her German skills. When we went to Vienna, she was kind of our translator, and so she helped out with the choir, and the choir is grateful for her assistance in our German as well. So here we go with the German, our Liebeslieder waltzes. You'll notice I'm doing some from Opus 65 before Opus 52. He wrote 2 different sets. The first set, the 52, actually was 18 little short songs. It might sound like a lot, 18, but some of those songs are 50 seconds long. Right? So we'll do a few from Opus 65 and then a few from Opus 52. We would ask that you would hold your applause till the end of all of the waltzes so you continue to get that 3 groove. Here we go. Well, thank you so much. I hope that was a rare treat for you just to kind of get to hear all of that. Hopefully somewhere along the line you were swaying. That's kind of how I teach what's 3 versus 2. 2 wants to bop and 3 wants to sway. So thanks for swaying along with us tonight and for being here with us tonight. The concert was free for you, but it wasn't for us. And so I'm just gonna reach out. I don't do this often, but you have some QR codes in your program. If you could see it in your heart to make a donation, we're working on a trip to Tuscany to take our choir this time on the Tuscany Tour Choir. So we've got great aspirations. I want to take these folks international, and all of your donations really help us to make these things happen. So if you've got an opportunity to make that donation, we would greatly appreciate it. And if not, know that your attendance here means even more to us. On behalf of all of our performers and Seminole State College, I'm Dianna Campbell. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. We hope we'll see you at the Messiah Sing-Along, the band concert, the holiday choir concert, and lots of other events. Good night, folks. Good night. Thank you.